My name is Ashleigh Magnus, and I've been coming to Liberty since the beginning of 2023. I grew up in a Christian household my entire life, but I never really understood what it meant to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Short of going to church on Sundays or occasionally volunteering on the media team, I wasn't doing much for my spiritual life. Around the time that I was in high school, I began having a lot of questions about my faith, but I didn't really know who I could turn to for answers, and I began to drift away from my faith. In 2018, I was involved with a lot of toxic relationships and surrounded by the wrong type of people. I knew that this wasn't a lifestyle that I wanted, and I was desperate for a change. Fast forward to 2020, the movie I Still Believe was coming to theaters. It was about singer-songwriter Jeremy Camp's song, I Still Believe, and how the song came to be. I felt extremely moved to go to the theaters and see this movie. And after watching it, I walked out knowing two things. One, I had a greater purpose, and two, it was time for a change. I recommitted my life back to Christ, and I started to learn what it meant to have a relationship with Him. Since I was a little girl, horses have played a big role in my life. From the first time that I ever went riding, I instantly fell in love with the animals. When I was 12 years old, I met Banjo, who my parents would later purchase as my first horse. I grew up alongside of him and the equestrian community my whole life. In 2015, I received my second horse, Mo. Both horses have had a big impact on my life and played a large role in my career as an equestrian photographer. One thing that I've noticed in the equestrian community is that there is a lack of Jesus. Since forming a relationship with Christ, I have prayed about how I can use my passion for these animals in a way that is pleasing to Him. In 2021, I remember waking up one day with the name Equestrians of Faith in mind. I had no idea what that name was going to lead to. I didn't know what to do with it, but I knew that God had answered my prayer. Over time, Equestrians of Faith became an online community where faith-based equestrians could come together to connect and grow in their relationship with Christ. God puts us in places on purpose, and I believe that as His children, we are called to go make disciples. I have no idea what God has planned for this community, but I am extremely excited for this journey. In 2022, I met Andy Young while we were photographing an engagement shoot. He invited me to a young adults worship night and then a sermon at Liberty. Very quickly, I realized that this was a place that I wanted to be a part of. Liberty has provided me with a community that, quite frankly, I have been searching for my entire life. The relationships that I have formed here have been some of the most fulfilling and encouraging ones I've ever had. Some of God's greatest blessings to me have come from the community at this church. Liberty is not just a church, it really is a family, and I am grateful to be a part of that. I'm getting baptized today because I want to make a public declaration of my faith. If my story has a chance to impact just one life, then I believe that it's worth sharing.